First lesson, who am I and from where have I come from? It is a big question in our life. We are believing so many things about ourselves. So let us try to clarify actually who am I. Why we should know who am I? Because it is a great science of self-realization. Because we don't know what potential we have. On one side we say we are a children of God, but we don't know who God is, who we are. So for that reason, we should know our potential, and for that reason, we should know who am I. Why we should know who am I? Another reason. Because we don't know what is our potential as well as really what we are. Our condition is like this. We are seeing ourselves as a cat, though we are lion. What can we see in the picture? We are children of God, means all the God's property should be in us. We should be master almighty authority, but still we believe that we are a simple human being. That's the reason we should know who we are. Third reason, if we know who am I or who we are, then it's easy to realize self. And when we realize ourselves, then it is very easy to transform ourselves. So self-realization brings the self-transformation, and that's the reason it is very much necessary. We should know who we are or who am I. Let us start our journey. Have you ever thought who am I? Whether you think anytime, whether we are this, what we are looking every day in the mirror, or we are something else. If we ask somebody, who am I? Or somebody asks to us, who am I? Then what is the answer? We say, my name is Hamir Chand or Anand Lal. When we say, my name, means who is saying this mine? I am not a name. We say, my name is this, means somebody else is telling that this is my name, not me. We say, my hand, my leg, even we say, my body. We never say, I hand, I leg, or I body. It means who is telling this man? He is different one than what am I. So I am not a name because name has been given by my parents or by somebody else after getting the birth or around my birth. So I am not this name. Even the characteristic of name, as for example, Amir Chand means he is very rich, but actually he is very poor. So our quality is not as per our name even. Somebody's name is Anand Lal, but he is never smiling even once in a day. Yet name is Anandala. So quality of the name is also not like what we are thinking. So we are not name. Somebody say I am a male or female. Godfather says or Supreme Soul says this is your gender. It is your body's gender and you are not body. So you are not a male or female. Somebody say I am a child, youth or old. Supreme Soul says it is an age of your physical body and you are not body. So you are not child, you are not youth, you are not old. Somebody say I am Canadian, somebody say I am Indian, somebody say I am European, somebody say I am American. Actually it is our nationality, we are not that. Somebody say I am Hindu, somebody say Muslim, somebody say Christian, somebody say I am Sikh. That is our body religion. If somebody is taken a birth in Hindu, then he is a Hindu. If somebody is taken a birth in Christian, he is a Christian. So that is a body religion. That is not our own religion or original religion. Somebody says, I am a religious person. That is our social status. We are not a social status. Somebody says, I am rich, I am poor. It is our quantum of the wealth. We are not a wealth. We are not a body. So how can we say I am rich or I am poor? It is an acquired thing what we got from this world. Somebody say I am a doctor, I am a businessman. That is our profession. We got the degree after study of about 15 to 20 years. We are not a degree. That is, you can say again acquired things from this world. We are not that. Somebody is a businessman. We are not a business at all. So whatever we are introducing ourselves, that actually we are not. Then who am I? Let's go further. Whether this is we are only this physical being, what we are adorning for whole day. We are feeding to this body, you can say so many times. But whether we are only this thing, if suppose we are this thing, we believe first, suppose we are a body, then what is the reality of this body? Physical body is just the part we visualize through our gross eyes. Nothing else. This body is nothing what we are seeing through our gross eyes. What is the reality of human body? What really the body is made of? So body is made of two parts. One part is flesh, another part is bones. When doctor takes the, you can say, X-ray of this body, we can see the right inside, which is only bones. When doctor orders for CT scan or MRI, we can see, we can see on the left hand side, that is flesh. This is the two parts of the body. So if we believe that we are body, then we are this. And third part, we cannot see our body, that is called, you can say, subtle body. So many people have near-death experience. Doctor declared that they are dead. After some time they came back and they told what the doctors were telling about them. Exactly the same words. And some people have a out-of-body experience. So what is this? This is a body which is exact photocopy of our physical body. And science has found out in 1939, one scientist was Kirlian scientist. He was a Russian scientist. He found out the Kirlian camera. Based on his name, we can simply say aura camera. If you put on the Google, you can find out very easily. Whatever we are telling to you, you can check on the Google or on the internet also, no problem at all. We will give you everything in black and white. We will go very logically. We will cover all religions in this world, step by step, what they say and what actually we are. We will go very scientifically, not a blindly, you can say. Somebody say like this, somebody say like this, not in that way. We'll clarify everything. If you have any doubt, you can ask. And it doesn't mean that you accept whatever we are telling to you, everything. No. You will experience with yourself. And when you get your experience, then you believe. Don't think that, okay, Brahma Kumari says, this Manoj Bhai says, or so and so they, so we believe. No. You should have experience, you should feel, and then you should believe. So if some topics may be there, which you feel that no, it is not okay, okay, leave it on side. Don't worry. Whatever you like, continue yourself with that. Make experiment with yourself, and when you get experience, then you go ahead. So don't worry. Suppose we are telling you 8 or 10 points new, which you like only 2 or 3. Okay, go with that 2 or 3 points and experiment it with yourself and find out some experience. Then go further. So he find out this camera, aura camera, in 1939. And what he did, he taken out different pictures of human beings, animals, birds, even substances. And he find out that everything has their two bodies. One is subtle body, one is physical body, which we can touch and we can see. This body we can't see. Then doctors have some, you can say, something they wanted to find out what to do with this body. So what they did, they made one team of neurologists, doctors, scientists, and psychiatrists. And now they wanted to find out what is this other body, why there is other body, what is inside that body and what is inside this body. Initially, science was believing that we are brain. And then scientists have come to know, when some person is dead, body is here, and brain is also here. So something is going out of that body, that is not a brain. So what is this? So they wanted to find out first what is this aura body. So what they did, they have another branch of science that is called, you can say, phobia. So in phobia, what they are doing, in states, many, you can say, international swimmers were there, and their children, by seeing the water, they were running away. So they gone to the doctor, and they told the doctor that we both are husband and wife, their parents, both are international swimmers, and their children, by seeing the water, they are running out. What is the reason? So doctor used the, you can say, another one theory, that is called, you can say, they can take the particular person in the back birth. That is called hypnotism. So they use the theory of hypnotism. They take that person, that child in the back birth, and find out that that child's death is because of water. And that impression is being carried out by the soul or by something which is a living being in this world. And that's the reason that child are, you can say, even scared by seeing the water. So now there is a curiosity, more curiosity, why this is happening. So one Dr. Brian Weiss, he is the professor and doctor of the Yale University in States. After 1980, he made 4,000 cases, and he taken the person in back birth for 10 births. And he recorded, there was a team of doctors, psychologists, neurologists, and scientists. And they have made a one history sheet that, okay, in the last birth you were so and so, what was your mother's name, father's name, where you were living, everything they recorded. Up to 10 birth they got in back birth. And then they gone to that place and they check everything. Up to 6 birth, they were able to get the proof. Somebody is there who is giving a proof that, yeah, so and so guy was here. And they find out that human beings becomes only human beings. Up to 6, 7 birth they find out. And they put a one research paper against the world. So Hinduism believe that there are 8.4 million births. So they told to the Hinduism that nobody told that in the past life he was a monkey or a donkey or a horse or a frog or a rabbit. Only human being was a human being. Other religions, they don't believe in rebirth. They also told to them that every soul or every, they say consciousness, every consciousness is passes through different births. This is proved by the scientist. So whatever different religion believe, that is not the reality. Why we are telling to you this thing? Because every soul or every consciousness or every, you can say, ruh or every atma, science says consciousness, science says power, energy, or third eye of wisdom, name may be anything. It may be soul, it may be atma, it may be ruh, it may be consciousness, all are telling the same thing. We will see further, but what we mean to say that we are not only what we are seeing. Let's go further what we are. So we have two bodies, not only one body what we are seeing. One is the subtle body or aura body, one is the physical body. Physical body has two parts what we see, that is the flesh and bones. So we are human being. Two words. Human word came from humus, that is a Latin word, that means soil. Being means soul, ruh, atma, consciousness, whatever the name is there. So soil means this is the soil. We say it is made of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, sky, and space. On another side, so this is the thing of soil. Now what is the soul? This is the soul. So Hinduism say, okay, this is not a soul. We believe that somebody, the husband is living, that's the reason they are putting a tilak, tika, or you can say point here. Suppose it is a symbol of that thing, then why her husband is going to the temple and putting a tika or same point of light there? It means it is not the symbol of that thing what we believe. It is the symbol of something else. That is the soul. What is soul? S-O-U-L, source of unlimited light. Somebody say Atma, somebody say Ruh, somebody say consciousness, same thing. So we are made up of two things. One is a this thing, another thing is a this thing, nothing else. So we are human being like this. One is humus, that is the soil. Another is the soul, that is a different thing what we are doing, what we are telling. Different religion, different language, different things. Meaning is same. So let us go further about the body. Body, his physical body is just like a costume, just like our dress. So when we are taking a birth from the womb of the mother, we are a child, then we are becoming adolescent, then we are becoming mature, then we are becoming old, again we go to the womb of the mother, and same thing. So scientists, they said, suppose you are putting a mango tree, mangoes you can say seed, and you are expecting that apple will come, it will never come. So same way, if you are putting a human seed there, how it is possible that any other creature will come, and how it is possible that nothing will come out, something will come out. So our body is just like costume, nothing else. Shakespeare told, what he told, we are actors on the world drama stage. It means we are not from this world. We are coming from other world. We will see at the end from where we are coming. But we are actors, so what actors are doing? Actors has to pay attention on his own part, not to the others. Our nature is we are always watching others. We are not watching self. So Godfather Supreme Soul says, watch yourself instead of watching others. Pay attention to your role instead of paying attention to others' role. So we are actors, nothing else. So we are made of two parts, what we are seeing in mirror every day and what we cannot see, that is like we are spiritual beings. We are soul. We are Atma. We are Ruh. We are consciousness. Name may be anything. So let's go what is this. So where it lives. So science has proved. Suppose we are making an intersection of this thing from top to bottom here on this way or in a cross section, where it exactly goes in the brain where there is a hypothalamus and pituitary gland is there. In between there is a small space. So this power is sitting here. And this is the soul, or you can say Atma or Ruh. It is seeing through eyes, smelling through the nose, listening to the ears, feeling or you can say touching through the skin, and tasting through the mouth. Whatever we are doing, this body is not doing. Somebody else is there, and that's the reason. Though we are near one and dear one in our house, but if this guy leaves this thing, then there is no value of this corpus. Nobody is ready to keep ourselves even for a 1 hour in the same house or in the same world where we are living. Immediately somebody say, you go for the funerals. It is not good to keep the corpse in the house. So actually we are not what we are seeing. We are the one what we cannot see. So this is different religion, different name, different language, different names. Science has proved that this is they are telling the consciousness. They have made experiment of many people. Lift your right hand, lift your left hand, and they find out that somebody is there which is giving order to this brain to obey that order, and that order is coming before 8 nanoseconds. Suppose we divide 1 second by 1000, that is called nanosecond. So 8 nanosecond before, somebody is ordering this brain to obey that order. So brain is not working, somebody else is working. Science says is consciousness. This is a old mobile. If suppose there is no SIM card in this mobile, we will throw it out. No value of this mobile. Same way, this is a mobile and this is a SIM card. If SIM card is not there, we will immediately go either bury or we can burn it out as per our religious practice, nothing else. But we are not this, what we are seeing. We are this. This is SIM card. What is the SIM card? S means sanskaras, means our habits, our characteristics. I means intellect. M is mind. Or MIS, management information system. So we are this, which we can't see. And where it lives, what do we see? It is lives in the brain between hypothalamus and pituitary gland. If you come on the front portion, it is between two eyebrows where Hindus are putting a tilak. Nothing else. Actually, that is the indication of the soul. Nothing else. So this is the SIM card what we are really. So we are a soul or we are a consciousness. So what is the SIM card? So soul, spiritual being, source of unlimited light. We have three powers and we can't see this soul. Somebody say how we can believe. So suppose fragrance of rose is coming. Can we see the fragrance? No. Suppose we like the sweet taste most. We have very good taste. Can we see the taste? No. Science says IQ, intelligent quotient. Science says EQ, emotional quotient. Science says HQ, spiritual quotient. Can you see intelligent? You ask the question to the science. Science says no. Still science is measuring. So everything cannot be seen in this world. So soul cannot be seen. Even supreme soul, to whom we say God, Bhagwan, Prabhu, Allah, Khuda, Jehovah. Name may be anything. We can't see the soul, so we cannot see that one also, who is supreme soul. So it is not a question of seeing. Science, somebody says science say we don't believe what we cannot see. Science is measuring the intellect. Science is measuring the IQ, EQ, SQ. Science is not able to see that thing, yet they are measuring. It means everything is not possible to see in this world. So we cannot see the soul. Same way, if we cannot see the soul, its power we cannot also see. What is the soul power? First power is power to think. We call as a mind power. So it is indicated here in terms of waves because our mind is always thinking. Another power of the soul is intellect, that is SIM card, MIS, nothing else. So the another power of the soul is taking the decision. And with the help of whatever we are thinking and deciding, we are doing something and we are creating our habits, and that is called sanskaras. Suppose I don't have a habit of smoking and my 5-6 friends came and tell let's go for smoking. My mind say no, that is not good for the health. On another side, my mind will argue, okay, 5 friends are smoking and if suppose I go once, it will not kill me, let me go and try. So both way. Then finally my intellect will decide that okay, let's go and smoke. 1 time, 2 time, million times, and it will become my habit. Then the role of both these guys goes. Simply I am sitting at the office, have a thought, I wanted to smoke, go outside, come back. Now no role of mind and intellect, it's called sanskar, or it's called habits, it's called characteristic, nothing else. So these three power the soul has. Let's go one by one. What is mind? Mind is creating thoughts, and every human being creates on an average 25 to 30 thoughts per minute. For whole day, it is creating 50 to 60,000 thoughts per day. What is the difference between, you can say, what the spiritualism says and what the science says? Spiritualism says 90% thoughts are waste and negative. Science says We are using only 10% of our mind. Both are same thing. Only the way of telling is different. And what is the thought? Thought is the greatest energy in the world. How we can say? Because thought is being measured by the EEG. There are two machines, ECG, which is measuring our heartbeat. EEG, electroencephalogram. It is measuring our thoughts or power of the thought or waves of the thoughts per second. One scientist's name was Hans Berger. He found out this EEG machine in 1924. And with the help of EEG machine, we can measure anybody's thought. And in 1978, you can Google out this thing also. They have done experiment on 150 renowned persons of the world. And they asked the person, you add one by one, 1 plus 7 equal to 8, add 7 in up to 100. 1 plus 7, 8, 8 plus 7, 15, 15 plus 7, 22, blah, 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 blah. Then they asked the another question, you deduct the 7 from 100 and come to 0. 100 minus 7, 93, 93 minus 7 means 86, 86 minus 7 means 79, blah, 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 up to 0. And they measure the frequency of thoughts. And they find out that Dadi Janki, who was a chief of the Brahma Kumaris, chief administrative head of Brahma Kumaris, and he was declared as the most stable mind of the world. And when she was asked, what did you do? She told that I am doing Raj Yoga. And we are doing the first lesson of Raj Yoga out of total 9 lessons. So what I mean to say, we can stabilize our mind with the experiment or practice of this thing. And the first lesson of that is, who am I? So this is the thought, what we are thinking every day. We are not doing anything whole day. Still we require food. Why? Because this guy is always running. Always running. Nature of the mind is to think, think and think. And today's biggest disease is overthinking. The main cause of depression is here. What we are thinking, nothing else. So we have mind, and the function of the mind is to think. Now, what kind of thoughts are there? So spiritualism says different things, science says different. We will compare both the things at a time. And science is not giving definition. We will go definition one by one. So there are 5 kind of thoughts. Because of, you can say, less space, we combine 2 together. First thought is elevated thoughts. Science says delta thoughts. Both are here. Spiritualism says elevated thoughts are, the speed of the thought is less than 10 thoughts per minute. Science says delta thought, speed of that thought is less than 4 hertz per second. It is being measured by EEG machine, electroencephalogram. So, what is the meaning of elevated thoughts? Elevated thoughts means very high kind of thoughts. As for example, suppose I have a habit of smoking. I go to the temple or mosque or church or Gurudwara, wherever I believe. And because of my company, I decided to leave that smoking because I don't like it. And with the help of company, so many things are there, and I left that habit. That is called elevated thought. In scientific way or spiritualism, we can say we have a strong, determined thought to leave that habit. That is elevated thoughts, nothing else. Second thoughts, positive thoughts. The speed of the positive thoughts per spiritualism is 10, 20 to 30 thoughts per minute. Per science, it is theta thoughts. Speed of the thoughts is 4 to 7 hertz per second. What is positive thoughts? When I am thinking, I am a peaceful soul. I am a powerful soul. I am a pure soul. Everybody in the world should get the peace. This is a positive thoughts. Now let's go another kind of thoughts. There are another 3 types of thought. That is negative thoughts. Science is gamma thoughts. Fourth one is necessary thoughts. Science is alpha thoughts. Fifth thoughts are waste thought, unnecessary thought. Science is beta waves. So what is this? Suppose negative thoughts. What is this negative thoughts? So any thoughts which influencing me to have anger or irritation, or you can say hatred, or any fear or worry or I and my. This kind of thoughts are called negative thoughts. In spiritualism, we say any thoughts coming under lust, anger, greed, attachment, or ego. These are the 5 big brothers. Again, I am repeating: lust, anger, greed, attachment, and ego. These are the 5 big brothers. 5 small brothers are there. Lust, small brother, is, you can say, too many desires. Anger, small brother, is, you can say, irritation, hatred, or you can say dislike. Then greed, small brother, is, you can say, fear. Somebody will take from me. 4th one is, you can say, attachment. Small brother is worry that my near one and dear one will pass away. And fifth, you can say, big is ego. Small brother is, you can say, I and mine. You cannot touch this thing because it is of mine. So 5 big brothers, 5 small brothers, that are called 10-headed Ravan in Hinduism, or devils in Christianity. Different religion, different names only, nothing else. These are the devils inside us. These are the negativity inside us. There is no devil who has 2 horns or who has a tail. No. Or there is no Ravan, what is indicated in the Hinduism. They said 10-headed Ravan. This is 10-headed Ravan in every soul, not only in Sri Lanka, they say. No. Everybody has negative thoughts. And what is our, you can say, what spiritualism says, that we have to convert this thing to positive. That's it. Why? Because we are losing maximum energy in this. The speed of this thought is, spiritualism says, more than 40 thoughts per minute. And science says it is a gamma waves more than 31 hertz per second. It is maximum energy we are losing. Science has proved this thing. Spiritualism says same thing in different way. So how can we prove? As for example, somebody he is angry, then he is tremoring sometime. Or suppose you are giving a banduk or pistol in his hand, he may kill the person, though he knows that if by killing this person I will go in jail, but he has no control. Sometimes people has a brain hemorrhage. What is that? Too many negative thoughts, and their heart is not able to pump the sufficient blood to brain, and brain is dead. And person is dead. That is called brain hemorrhage. Why? Because of too many negative thoughts. Now come to the next, unnecessary thoughts. That is the waste thoughts. What is that? Or science says beta waves. The speed of these thoughts is, spiritualism says 30 to 40 thoughts per minute. Science says 16 to 31 hertz per second. So what is this? The definition of unnecessary thought is where I have no control. That is called waste thoughts or unnecessary. What is that? Suppose past. Somebody insulted me before 20 years. And what I told, I will never forget. I will take the revenge, but I am not able to take the revenge till today. And whenever thoughts is coming in my mind, immediately same kind of hormones is spread in my blood. Science has proved. Suppose you are making a anger once, or you are even thinking what is happened to you in terms of that, same kind of hormones will release in your body, and it will be there for 72 hours. Means what I am doing? I am wasting my energy here too. So spiritualism say, if you have negative and unnecessary thoughts for yourself, not for others. Why? So spiritualism says, oh, forget and forgive. Why they say like that? Because it is harmful to us, not to the other person. So lesson number 1 starts for ourselves from today. When I have a negative or unnecessary or waste thoughts, I should convince my mind that okay, now too much. Why I am wasting the energy on this thing? I should transform these thoughts from negative and waste to positive and elevative. That I have to do. How to do? We will see step by step. We will show you the way also. You should practice it, get the experience, and then believe. Not that we are telling and you have to believe. Suppose small child is there and he has a knife by mistake. Mother knows that child will not leave that knife. So what mother is doing? Mother is giving a one very good toy or one toffee. So what will happen? Child will attracted to that toy or toffee, and mother will take out that knife and put it at such a place that he cannot climb there and can get this knife again. Same way, whose mind? We say my mind, my body, my hand. So it is my child. So whose responsibility to train? My responsibility. Because up till now I never give attention to this one. So I have to give attention to this one now. We will see during the journey of, you can say, 9 hours, how to, you can say, train this mind also. But it is my mind, so we cannot pass on the buck on others. My spouse is not okay. My children is not okay. My parents are not okay. My relatives are not okay. My friends are not okay. And my co-workers are not okay. That's the reason I am not happy. And we are telling to him, the Supreme, that okay, change everybody. Now Supreme says, instead of changing this many people, better you change by yourself only. Because to change others are not under our control. To change self is under our control. It's easy. So Supreme Soul says, change yourself instead of expecting to change so many people. And how to change? From where we have to start? We have to start from our mind. So this is the mind, and science says we are using hardly 10% of our mind. And spiritualism says 90% thoughts are, or 90% mind we are using in negative and waste thought. Same thing in a reverse way, in a different way. That's it. So I have to start from myself to change from my thought. All institutions, starting from our family, school, college, universities, they are teaching us, starting from our mother to great gurus, what they are teaching: how to walk, how to talk, how to behave in the society. Nobody is teaching how to think, what to think, when to think, where to think. So Supreme says, change your thought. This is the best way to change the world. So you can say main principle in Brahma Kumaris is self-transformation will lead to world transformation. Don't make it reverse. Everybody is making reverse. We are always trying to change others, not to the self. Supreme says, change yourself first and then think about others. If you change, one corner of the world will change. And if one corner of the world will change, another corner of the world look or watch that corner, and he will also change. But first we have to start from ourselves. We have to start journey from ourselves only. Let us go further. So what is this mind? Where the thoughts go? Slowly this thought will be converted into feelings. Sometimes we are crying, sometimes we are irritation we have, sometimes we have anger. So all feelings are coming from the thoughts. Thought is the seed. And further, this feeling will be converted into emotion, that is called electronic motion. We are not moving. Suppose somebody insulted me before 20 years, still thought comes and I am planning to take a revenge. It is called electronic motion. We are not moving anywhere. We are simply sitting, but everything is happening inside. Hormones has been released. So it is converted into emotions. So first thought, then feelings, then emotions, then my attitudes. From emotion, attitudes are formulated, and it goes as a vibration in the air. Whatever we are thinking, everything goes to the air, to the environment, to the nature, and it goes to that person also. They don't know who are thinking about me, but they are getting all kind of vibrations through nature, because nature's role is always to give back to you. You will see further what we mean. So this is the function of mind. Now let's go to the intellect, second power of the soul, second power of the consciousness. So there are 6 functions of the intellect. First 2 functions are reasoning and decision making. Suppose I wanted to go somewhere to meet some person. There are 3 ways. One is the shortest route, one through my friend, one through my relative. Now intellect will give different reasoning that okay, I have some work with my friend, so I will go to meet that person through my friend's way. This is the work of intellect, both work, giving the reasoning and deciding. Another 2 functions of the intellect are speculating and understanding. Suppose in 2008 there was, you can say, market was down, share market, or you can say investment market. I purchased some mutual funds and you can say shares. I have a very good profits. So now I am thinking corona is there. So naturally market will go down. So I will purchase something. What is this? This is speculating and understanding the situation to take the advantage of this. What who is doing? Intellect is doing. Third, another 2 function, visualization and realization. Suppose I am sitting in here in Canada. My parents are in India. If I am thinking about my mother and father, they are not here. I can see immediately through my mother or father. Not with this physical eyes, through my intellect. Not only visualizing, I am realizing what they did for me. Immediately I have feelings, emotions. So I can visualize though my parents are sitting 12,000 kilometers away from me. I can see them. And not only see, I can realize them also, though they are not here. It means intellect has a power. This is a third eye. We will use this intellect, this power of intellect, that is visualization and realization, in meditation. So these are the 6 functions of the intellect. What is the sanskar? Third power of the soul. Sanskar is the result of repeated action. Suppose one record is there, if I am putting one song on the record and we play many times, so it will play only the same song naturally. So same way, whatever sanskars, whatever habits we have, that is being carried out by the soul. So what is that? And based on the sanskar, the person is not, as for example, Papatma, that is sinful soul, Dharmatma, that is religious soul, Mahatma, that is great soul, Devatma, that is deity souls or angel souls. We are known by our characteristic or our habits. Somebody is a terrorist, how we can label them? Because of their actions only. Somebody is a saint, how we label them? Because of their actions. Means we are carrying our sanskars, our habits, our characteristics birth after birth. What kind of sanskars we have? 5 kinds of sanskars each and every soul has. One is parental sanskar, where we have taken a birth. We are getting the sanskars from our mother, father, siblings and nearest family. 20 to 25% sanskars of this one, habits of our family. Second sanskars are past life sanskars or habits. We already covered previously because we wanted to cover here that soul is on a long journey, birth after birth. Whether our religion believe or not, it is proved by the science. So whatever we were in the past, we are carrying 20 to 25% sanskars of the past. Third one is God gifted sanskars. Supreme Father has given us certain sanskars. We are seeing them. Either we go to the temple or we believe in angels. Suppose Hinduism, they believe in deities. Other people believe in angels. So angel sanskars are God gifted sanskar. What are that? That we will see in the next pictures. Fourth sanskars are company sanskars. We grown up in the family. We go to the school, colleges, universities. Then we are married. Then grandchildren. Whatever we are getting from the environment, from the company, that is called environmental sanskars. Fifth one is newly created by motivation. I have already given an example. I have a bad habit of smoking. I wanted to leave. I go to temple or mosque or church or gurudwara, wherever I believe, and I change my sanskar because of good company. That is called newly created by motivation. So all souls have five kind of sanskar. So never expect that my spouse, my children, my parents, my relatives, my friends, or my co-workers will be like me. No, not possible. Even one DNA of a single hair is not matching with other person's DNA or RNA of the hair. No two persons' fingerprint are similar. See the wonder of nature or wonder of God. 8 billion people in this world. In spite of that, even fingerprint is not matching. So how sanskar can match? So not possible. So don't try to make anybody like us. God Father says, don't try it. Everybody is unique. It is required because this drama is going on. Suppose you go for a movie. In movie only one kind of scene is there, you will not enjoy. In movie, hero, heroine is there, villain is there. Everybody is required to enjoy the movie. So this is a big movie created by that creator. So everybody will be there. All kind of sanskars will be there. So five kind of sanskar each and every human being is carrying. What is this God-gifted sanskars? Why it is a God gift? Because everybody likes this. So there are 7 sanskars: knowledge. This is the Gyan, knowledge, then power, then purity, then peace, happiness, joy, and divine love. Today's love is love with the conditions. So we say divine love. No condition, no expectation in the love. That is called divine love. So we are talking about divine love, not the physical love or what we are saying in this one. No. Sorry for the saying. This is a unconditional love. So what is this? Because everybody likes, even terrorist is there, he also like the love. Because it is a basic quality given by the Supreme Soul, by the Supreme Being. We are human being, he is the Supreme Being. Somebody say God, somebody say Allah, somebody say Khuda, name is anything. Just like somebody say soul, somebody say Atma, somebody say Ruh, name may be anything. Reference is same thing. So we are going to the reference, not to the any religion or any practices. No. We will cover all the practices, but we will cover only the essence of the practices, and we will try to go in a spiritual way, not in any religious way. Everything will cover one by one. Whether we believe, we don't like it, put it on aside. But we should know what is the meaning of that thing. That is very important thing. So all soul like the knowledge, because it is our basic qualification given by God. Even a little child, he wanted to know something more. Even an old person, he also like to add something in his life. So it is a basic quality. Why everybody likes? Because basic quality. Power, everybody likes. Because this soul is running this body, isn't it? Otherwise, how the body can run? So it is a power. Then even somebody is running a factory, somebody is running a unit, somebody running a office, prime minister running a country. Without power, they can't. Even president of the states is running the world. So that much power we have. Small soul only. So all soul has a power. It is a God-gifted properties, God-gifted qualities. Then purity. Purity means cleanliness and pure. Pure means whatever we are speaking, whatever we are thinking, whatever we are doing should be safe. If it is different, it is giving a shock to the soul. If I am thinking something and I am speaking something, it is not a loss to anybody else except me first. It may, you can say, affect to other person or may not, but definitely it will affect me first because it is passing through me. Suppose I am angry and 10 persons are working under me, first anger will burn me, not to them. And out of 10%, 2% will say, okay, he is boss, so Every day he is doing the same thing, barking every day. So no effect at all. Two persons, they say, no, no, boss is very serious, we should do this thing. And remaining person, they will say, okay, let us try. So first we are affected. Anything, whatever we are doing, first I am affected, not others. So purity means pure inside and outside. And we should keep our self clean, our environment and whole environment, everything clean, because we believe that God he is in cleanliness. Where there is a cleanliness, everything, everybody likes it. So it is our basic property, that is called purity. And if three qualities there, I have sufficient knowledge, I have a power, I am pure person, another four thing will come behind me, that is peace, bliss, happiness and love. So these are the seven characteristics given by God or supreme being to all the souls. So these are the basic qualities of each soul. Even terrorists like the law, though his actions are different, but because this is a basic qualities of all human beings quality. Let's go further. Whatever we covered, we have tried to cover everything in black and white here. So some people say scientists are not believing in God or soul. See, the now we'll go one by one. Science came about before 350 to 400 years only. Religions are there, were there, but science were not there, was not there. Almost 400 years about, approximate. Even Canada was not there before 100 and almost 52 years we celebrated, 52, 53 years. States came into existence before 700 years. You can see the history. Even religion history also you can go through when they came. Otherwise, rest of the world was there. Everybody knows. On that side, Eastern world was already there. This world was invented after that. So what we will see what Albert Einstein told here. He is a scientist, father of the one of the father of the science. Science without religion is lame, and religion without science is blind. Who told? Albert Einstein. So scientists believe that some supreme power is that who is commanding this world. Some people say scientists don't believe in soul or God. No, scientists believe. We will see again tomorrow another scientist also. We covered here aura or Kirlian photography 1939, Dr. Brian Weiss hypnotic regression after 1980, 4000 kc. He is a professor of Columbia and Yale University in the state. EEG electroencephalography 1924, Hansberger. 1978 they have experiment, and Dadi Janki declared the most stable mind of the world by University of Texas States. Then what is the consciousness? I have sent you one small video about 30 minutes by Dr. Deepak Chopra, who is neurologist of Medical University of New York. Then once I send you one BK movie, Who Am I? Hindi, English both is there. And one, here it is not seen, but You Are Not a Brain. That is also one of the lectures given by in the one of the, you can say, series of the Brahma Kumaris. You can go through and try to think who am I and where I am going, particularly thoughts. Let's go further. How to inculcate virtues. Now how to change thought or how to change sanskars. Maybe your natural question after listening this thing. So how to do it? So there is a proverb saying, as you think so shall you become. हम जैसा सोचेंगे वैसा ही बन जाएंगे. There is no other. Everything starts from the thoughts only. Food for the life. We are giving, you can say, food to our body 3 times, 4 times, so many, you can say, nutrients, everything. We are so much worried about our body, but what we are doing for our soul, which is more important than our body. Body is of course important, but soul is more important. If soul is gone, body is gone automatically. Nobody is ready to keep our body even for a 1 hour. So, food for life, what is that? That is for soul is your thoughts. Why? Mind your thoughts, because it is the basic food for the mind or for the soul. Mind your thoughts. Why? Because they soon become your words. And mind your words because they finally become your action. So everything starts from mind, that is from thought. So we should be very, very careful what we are eating for or what is our food for our soul is. Mind your thoughts since they spread all around you like a lighthouse. Lighthouse is there. So what indicates lighthouse? Lighthouse indicating you can say place for the boats or planes. Same way, whatever we are thinking, it goes in the environment, it come back. Same thing. The nature, you can say of the nature is that, nature of the nature is that it always gives multi times back to you. Suppose I am putting one seed of the apple tree, it will give thousands of the apple. It is a nature. Same way, suppose I am putting one grain of wheat or rice, it will give thousands of grains me back. Same way, if I am putting a negative thought inside the nature, nature will give me something negative by adding the same thing, whatever I am doing. If I am putting something positive in the nature, then nature will add something positive and give it to me back because it is a role of the nature to give multi times back. So we have to think what we are thinking. If I am thinking negative, naturally nature will add negativity in that and it will give back to me. So it is just like a lighthouse, nothing else. My thoughts are my lighthouse. I am known by my thoughts, not by, you can say, thoughts are coming in words and action later on. So I should be very, very careful what I'm thinking. Suppose we are putting a money in bank. In eastern side, it's a fixed deposit. Here says GIC. Then bank will add some money as an interest and give it to me back. Same way, whatever I'm thinking, my words will be like that, my actions will be like that, and I will get the same thing back to me. So I have to decide what to do. That's the reason. What is that? Sow a thought and reap an action. Whatever I am thinking, it will come as action. Sow a action, reap a habit. My actions will become a habit. Sow a habit and reap a character. And sow a character and reap a destiny. Supreme Soul says, I never write destiny of anybody. Supreme Soul means somebody say Prabhu, somebody say God, somebody say Bhagwan, somebody say Allah, somebody say Khuda, somebody say Jehovah. He says, I never write destiny of anybody. And we believe, majority religions believe that he is writing a destiny. He says, I have no time to write your destiny. What I am doing? He says, I am giving a pen in your hand to write a destiny. And that pen is your thoughts. Nothing else. You create your destiny as per your thoughts. As for example, newborn baby is there and we are telling him, you will be a doctor, you will be a doctor, you will be a doctor. And after 15 years of his study, 15-20 years of his study, he will be a doctor. Why? We given a thought. That is the power of thought. That's the reason in Hinduism says Brahma created world through thoughts, through sankalp. Not Brahma, Supreme Godfather or Supreme Soul. He has created this world through only one thought. And we are his creation, his children. So children has a right over the property of their parents naturally. Isn't it? We are giving our property, our wealth to our children. If he is my father, who is the Almighty Authority, then who am I? I am the Master Almighty Authority. So he says, I have given a pen to you to write your destiny, and that pen is your thoughts. Nothing else. So change your thoughts to transform yourselves. He says like that to everybody, to me, to you, to everybody. So he is not writing a destiny. We are writing our destiny, and the pen of our writing that start from our thoughts only. So we should be very, very careful about our thoughts. So our exercise number will start from today only. What is that? Every hour or 2 hours or after 3 hours, or after 4 hours, or not no time, then at the end of the day, when we go to sleep, we have to think what I have thought during the day, what kind of thoughts I have. And every day I have to give the exercise to my mind that whatever I have make a thoughts, I will try to reduce my negative and waste thoughts and convert into positive and elevated thoughts for the benefit of me, not for benefit of others. So exercise number 1, whenever I am thinking to anybody, then I have to check what I am thinking. If negative thoughts is coming because of their characteristic, this is their business, not my business. My business is I will always think that he is a pure soul, powerful soul. He is the child of the Supreme Soul. He is my brother. We all are children of the same Supreme Godfather, Supreme Soul. Only difference is we are soul, he is the Supreme Soul. We are the Atma, he is the Param Atma, Paramatma. Soul and Supreme Soul, nothing else. Whatever name we given, that is for our purpose. He never created anything, we created. We created Hinduism, we created Islamism, we created Christianity, we created Sikhism. He has not created anything. Everybody believe that he is only one, and we will cover tomorrow who is the Supreme Soul, Supreme Being. We are human being, he is the Supreme Being. But when I have a thought to any person, any soul, anything, I have to think about myself, what I am thinking. If I am thinking negative or waste, I am losing my energy. So I don't want to lose my energy. Why should I lose? So I have to change my thoughts. Everything starts from the thoughts. Nobody will believe you unless you believe in yourself naturally. If I have no trust, I have no faith in me, how other persons can believe in me? So believe that you are Master Almighty Authority. You are a child of that Supreme Soul who is the Almighty Authority. So this is our lesson number 1. Let's another portion of the very small, we have almost time finished, but let's cover hurriedly from where the soul has come from. So what this Supreme Soul says, there are 3 worlds here in this universe. What is the 3 worlds? One is the corporeal world. In Hindi we say Sakar world. Corporeal means where everybody has a physical body. 2 bodies, subtle body and physical. So here there are both bodies. What is covered in this world? Everything is a shape. Why corporeal world? Everything is a shape. Human being has a shape, animal has a shape, everything is known by the shape. So it is a corporeal world, corpus. Everything is covered, whatever we can see or we cannot see with our eyes. For all galaxies, all stars, earth, all planets, everything is covered because everything has a shape here. Science is making a research of once or twice in a month of one galaxy. One galaxy has thousands of stars, and one star is bigger than our whole, you can say, family of sun, including all 9 planets, sun and everything. So we are simply a point if we compare the whole universe. Godfather says, or Supreme Soul says, this is the corporeal world. If you go beyond this corporeal world, there is a subtle world where only subtle body is there, no corporeal body. Only light body is there. Hinduism says deities in subtle form. Other religion says angels in subtle form. So we have 2 bodies. One is the angelic body, one is the physical body. So physical body here only angelic body, light body. If you go beyond that, there is no body at all. It is an incorporeal world. No physical body, no subtle body. All souls resides here. And our souls come here on this drama, on this world drama stage to play our part. Once the soul came down, it cannot go back. Till the Supreme Soul come down and take us back. We will see this lesson in lesson number 4 and 5. But there are 3 worlds. One is the corporeal world, another is subtle world, third one is incorporeal world, from where our soul is coming. How it is? It is like this. Supreme soul and soul. It is red color because supreme almighty authority lives here. So red color is indicated here, nothing else. So three worlds are there. Now we will make meditation. What we will do, I will give you a commentary. You have to only give your thoughts. No need to speak even. With your open eyes. You see whatever picture against you, we will try to move through our mind to this world and let us find out where we are going. Okay? Om Shanti. I am a peaceful soul. I am a powerful soul. I am a pure soul. I have two bodies. I am sitting on the throne of my body. That is, you can say where Hinduism is putting a tilak. Or on the back side, I am sitting in pituitary, only in the brain, where pituitary and hypothalamus gland is there. I am controlling all my senses, 5 senses, plus 3 subtle senses, that is mind, intellect, and sanskaras. So I am a king of the 8 senses. I am a peaceful soul. I am a source of unlimited light. I am a point of light, which can't be seen through physical science. Now I am leaving this body with my subtle body, coming out of this body. My subtle body is carbon copy of my physical body. I am resting 3 feet above my physical body in air because it is a light body. So no need of any support. I am sitting in my light body and seeing my physical body. I am sensing everything around me. Noise is coming. Everything is coming to me. But I am not in physical body. I am in the subtle body. Now I am traveling through my subtle body from my house to my street. Go up from street to city. I am going up to my country, to this world. Going still up, beyond, sun, moon, stars, and coming to the subtle region, where everyone has a subtle body. I am seeing everybody here too. No noise at all. Only subtle body. I am seeing my body as a light body. Now I am leaving this subtle body here and traveling to supreme abode. Tower of peace, peace of abode, where my supreme father is sitting. Slowly and gradually I am going there, which is called a peace of abode, where it is full of purity, power, and peace, because my supreme father, father of all souls, he is sitting here. He is my father, so I am getting all his qualities. That is, he is a knowledge, he is an ocean of knowledge, ocean of powers, ocean of virtues. So I am getting all his powers. I am feeling full of all powers. Now I am going back to my original body. So first I am coming down to subtle region, entering in my subtle body, aura body, light body, and now going back, return journey to my old world. Going down, galaxies, stars, sun, moon in this world, then to my country, then to my city, then to my street, then to my house, where my physical body is there. I am entering in my physical body and sitting on the throne that is in the brain, from where I control the whole body. I am full of all knowledge, all powers, all virtues of my Supreme Father. Supreme Soul. Now I'm spreading all the powers, all the virtues, all the knowledge in form of vibrations to this world. All souls of this world is feeling the same powers what I am feeling. They are becoming more and more peaceful, powerful and pure. All souls and even nature, 5 elements of nature also becoming peaceful, powerful, pure. I am also peaceful soul, powerful soul, pure soul. Om Shanti means I am a peaceful soul. That is my religion of the soul. Peace, nothing else. Peace, bliss, happiness and divine love. अच्छा, Om Shanti.